My friend lost his apartment, his saving, and his job, and it started with one decision that looked nice on the surface. He let a woman move in. My friend was finally getting stable, good apartment, savings building back up, career moving in the right direction. Was he perfect? No. But the truth, he wasn't healed. He wasn't ready. He was functioning, but unresolved. And when you're unresolved, you don't make clean decisions. You make emotional decisions that look logical. But my faith teaches discipline, order, boundaries. Then he met her. And within a few months, things started to unravel. I told him straight up, don't let her move in. He laughed at me, mocked me. He said, man, you still on that Christian stuff? That Bible mindset? And yeah, I'm a Christian. My faith teaches discipline, order, boundaries. And for me personally, I don't move a woman into my house until marriage. Same way I don't treat sex casually. Those two things sit in the same category for me. Covenant level decisions. That's not me judging anybody. That's me knowing what keeps my life clean and my focus sharp. And I told him something that made him real quiet. I said, when you let someone live in your house, you're not dating anymore. You're merging your life. He called me scared. He said I was acting better than him. Like, if I wasn't better. I was just guarding my momentum because I've watched what happens when a man lets emotion take the wheel. After his divorce, he didn't actually heal. He just kept moving in relationship after relationship, fast attachment, fast heartbreak. He would get attached so quick, and when it crashed, it crushed him. That's emotional chaos. So when he met this new woman, I already knew he wasn't choosing from strength. He was choosing from loneliness. The woman he moved in had a rougher mentality, not peaceful, not cooperative, more like conflict was normal. And my friend, he was too fragile to be managing that. But he didn't listen. He told me she just needs help. It's temporary. And I said, temporary has a funny way of turning permanent. And that's when everything shifted, because the moment she moved in, it stopped being a relationship. It became a merger. And mergers don't care about intentions. They care about structure. Here's what they agreed on. He was going to help her get back on her feet. She was going to keep working, keep her income, pitch in when she could. That sounds fair, but some people don't see kindness as love. They see kindness as a green light. So it started small, more groceries, more utilities, more little emergencies. And we'll chuck you get more. Can you cover this one thing? And he kept saying yes, not because he was stupid, because he wanted peace and he wanted to feel needed. But the moment he got a better job, everything changed. And this is the part that still makes me shake my head. Well, once his income went up, her work went down.
She cut her hours, not because she had to, because she started seeing him like a husband. And they weren't married. Let that sit. Husband responsibility without husband commitment. That's a trap.
Now the bills start rising, the savings start shrinking, and the apartment starts feeling tight. Not physically, spiritually, because peace was gone. Then the arguing starts, not every day at first, but enough that you could tell this wasn't partnership, this was pressure. And here's what made it worse. He would call me venting, stressed out, frustrated, and I'm listening like, bro, wasn't you the one clowning me? Now you calling me because your space feels like a war zone. That's how fast it flips. When you let someone move in, you don't just invite them into your living room. You invite them into your nervous system, into your sleep, into your routines, into your finances. And when that person has conflict in their bloodstream, your life starts adapting to conflict. He started losing sleep. You could hear it in his voice, short fuse, tight chest, always distracted. Then neighbors started complaining, those hallway looks, that tension when people hear yelling through walls. And once your home becomes stressful, your whole life starts slipping, because a man can't rebuild in chaos. He can survive in chaos, but he can't build in it. And this is the lesson that hit me the hardest watching him. Kindness without structure turns into self-destruction.
Because once he realized she wasn't going to carry her weight, instead of setting a boundary, he tried to carry more. And that's where men crash. Instead of saying, no, this isn't the agreement,
he started trying to save it by paying for it, where it goes from stressful to the catastrophic, because he didn't just start paying more around the apartment. He started paying for her life. And once that happened, the countdown started. And once that countdown started, it didn't stop, because when a man starts trying to save a situation with money, he's not fixing the problem. He's just buying time. And my friend started paying for her life, and it wasn't just extra bills around the apartment anymore. He started covering her stuff, helping with payments, helping with emergencies, helping her stay afloat. Then came the car situation. She traded in a car she couldn't really afford, and he helped make it happen. And I remember thinking, this is the turning point, because support without structure turns into, self-destruction. His savings started drying up, and it didn't feel dramatic at first. It felt like, I got it, until he didn't. And the stress got heavy. You could see it on him. Less sleep, more tension, shorter fuse, always distracted. And here's what most people don't understand. Stress doesn't stay in your house. It travels, it shows up in your work. He started slipping on the job, small mistakes at first, then bigger ones, then the kind of mistakes that get you pulled to the side, that serious look from a supervisor, the one that says, you're not locked in. And once your performance drops, life gets cold real quick. He lost his job, and after that, it became a domino effect. No job means the rent starts falling behind. Rent behind means late notices. Late notices turn into eviction. And when that eviction hit, it wasn't just embarrassing, it was reality. He lost the apartment, boxes, bags, nowhere to go. And what made it even crazier is this. He started that year stable. He was rebuilding. He was finally getting traction, and one emotional decision turned into a full reset. He ended up moving back in with his mother, not because he's lazy, not because he's weak, because he ignored the season he was in. He tried to play husband benefits without husband commitment. He tried to merge a life with someone before the foundation was solid. And I'm not telling this story to clown him. I'm telling it because it's a warning. Your home is headquarters. If you're rebuilding after divorce, after setbacks, you cannot afford chaos in your space, because when you lose peace, you lose focus. When you lose focus, you lose income. And when you lose income, you lose options. For me, my standard stays the standard. I don't do cohabitation without marriage, same lane as sex, because I'm not letting temporary feelings create permanent damage. Protect your space, protect your momentum. Be kind, but be structured, because rebuilding is possible, but rebuilding after a collapse is expensive. And if this video hit, check out one of these 2 videos right here.